986 by Kaczmarek. That was last year, Natalia Kaczmarek. Gachka, Kinga Gachka, goes on the outside for Poland. The 23-year-old has only run 54.1 this year. Her lifetime best, though, is 52.0, so she may improve her season's best here. Amila Rowe of Australia, third in their championships. Just 18 years old, the Aussie. She goes in lane 8. Her first race in the Northern Hemisphere this. She's got to be nervous. Gabby Scott of Puerto Rico goes in lane 7. 51.06. She ran on the 19th of April, but she's a 50.5 athlete, is Gabby Scott. There's Evelis Aguiar, 32 years old. She's improved massively this year. 49.80 at altitude in Bogota back in early April. She only made the quarterfinals in Paris. 52.8 last year. Natalia Bukowiecka, there she is. A real star of Polish athletics. Twice Olympic silver medalist in Tokyo 21 in both relays. She was second in Doha recently. That was only 3 weeks ago or so. 50.92. Good lane draw too for her in lane 5. Svetlana Urszatic, another Polish heroine. European champion back in 2018 in Berlin. She's run 51.2 this year, within a second of her lifetime best. Lauren Gale of Canada goes in lane 3, 51.0 this season, but she's a 50.4 athlete at her best. That's a good lane draw for Gale. Lada Vondrova, the Czech European Under-23 champion back in 2021, the former footballer who goes in lane 2. And then Anastasia Kush, just 18 years old. She ran leg 3 at the World Indoors in Nanjing for Poland when they took the silver medal in the 4x400 meters. She's already got big experience just a few weeks ago in China in a global championships. Our season's best, though, Kuz in lane 1, just 53.06. She has run 51.8. That was last year. So Kuz in 1. Lada Vondrova, former European Under-23 champion, in 2 for the Czech Republic. The Canadian Gale in 3. Svetlana Urszatic in 4. Watch her. Can she find her best form? Natalia Bukowiecka goes in lane 5 for Poland. Favorite, I guess, here. Aguilar of Colombia in 6. Puerto Rican Scott in 7. Rowe of Australia 8. The Pole Gachka in lane 9 on the outside.
Sick.
Well, Bukowiecka loves to run aggressively. Her season's best 50.9. She ran 48.9 last year at the London Diamond League. There she is in the all-red centre of picture. She's gone off pretty hard, moving up alongside Aguilar of Colombia. Svetlana Urszatic has got a lot of work to do at the moment in lane 4. Going well, Scott of Puerto Rico out in lane 7. She eases past Gachka, the youngster, out in lane 9 in the yellow. But a nice balanced race from Bukowiecka so far. Brilliant running in lane 3 from Gale of Canada. What an aggressive 300 she's run so far. She hasn't broken 51 seconds this year, but she might have to here. Now she begins to tread water as Bukowiecka, who's judged this one perfectly, moves through in the red there in lane 5. Going away from the field, a real battle royal for the minor places. She wins it 50.45. Brilliant run from Lauren Gale, who just started treading water over the last 50 or 60. And then great running and a real battle for third place there towards the outer lanes. But what time has she been confirmed with? 50.44 there for Natalia Bukowiecka. It is a big season's best for her. She has run a second and a half quicker than that, so there's so much more to come. But that puts her up in about 15th place on the world rankings this year. Very, very competent indeed. You know, Hannah, one of the features of her racing is she runs beautifully balanced races. She stays strong down the home straight. And that skill of spreading your strength and ability throughout the full distance eludes so many athletes.
No, Bukowiecka, she's always reliable in that last 50 metres. That's a big chunk off her season's best. And she seems to measure the season well as well. It's not only each race, it's as we move through every month and you get closer to a big championships, she just rounds into form. And I think Bukowiecka was part of those relay squads for so long that were picking up medals. And then there was just a change in her attitude a couple of years ago. And she went, no, look, I can get my individual medals. And she almost had to take a step back from her relay commitments to kind of unleash that form and be able to get herself on global podiums. And she picked up a small injury indoors, if you remember as well. She was due to do a full...
5, which would be a shame. She's been a brilliant athlete her whole career and would be, or is enjoying being part of Grand Slam. Sian Salmon, decent draw for her in 7 years. She was 6th in the hurdle event. Just need to judge this right, the athletes. I think Sydney will certainly be able to do that. Sydney McLaughlin-Levrone, done this so many times. Such a great exponent over all the sprints, never mind with there's hurdles in the way. Rochelle Clayton, 32-year-old Jamaican, has run a flat 400 already this year, in a fairly swift 52.3 thereabouts. Not too far off that personal best, you can see in the caption. Adrianette Knight, her teammate, similarly indoors for her though, 52.8. Normally you run quicker outdoors than indoors. So this is Peters of the Netherlands, a big part of the Dutch very successful 4x4 and mixed 4x4 squad that does so well at Olympics and Worlds. And then Cassandra Tate of the USA on the inside. Just might find the others moving away from her here, particularly I think with Peters in the lane 3. Just got held a little bit longer by the starter there, but they're away and gone. McLaughlin-Levrone already making ground, and we've just had a pull-up from Rochelle Clayton, who's pulled up in the first 100 metres, maybe trying to hang on to the American, who knows. Going very quickly, Cassandra Tate, right on the inside, has started exceptionally quickly through the first 200 metres, but it's McLaughlin-Levrone out in lane 6, smoothly making her way around the top end. Cassandra Tate, eyed on the inside, has run an excellent first 300, but is she going to pay for that as they come into the wind in the home straight? Sydney out on her own as we expected it to be, then it's going to be a real scrap for the minor places behind her. Tate is just starting to tread water in the home straight there, but it's Sydney McLaughlin-Levrone who's going to come through to make it 2 wins in the women's long hurdles. It's 50.32. Knight just took 2nd place. It was tough out there. The wind was never going to make that easy, but the victory was never really in doubt. It was just a case of how quick and by how far. Well, the answer was almost 2 seconds, which in the 400 metres is a long, long way. It has to be said, though, that Knight has run her season's best, and Dalila Muhammad in the 52-second mark. So there's our winner. There's our slam winner, our final slam winner of the first Grand Slam track. As we said, if you're going to run that quick for 400 hurdles, of course you can run quick on the flat.
Yeah, being able to run 48 seconds in the flat 4 as a 4 hurdler is unheard of. She ran 22 seconds into a headwind in the 200 last season. So speed-wise, she's not even comparable to some of these women out here. So I think she may even surprise us later on in the year and say, look, I'm going to go to the World Championships to run the 4.
Or maybe the 800.
I don't know about that.
I would love to see her run an 800 or 2, but I don't know if she wants to.
But I mean, really, just going through the motions here and just securing the money, you know, it's an easy 400,000 for her if she goes through all 4 and dominates the way she's doing. But if she wants to really test herself and test some of the other competitors and show what she can do in other events, she's gonna jump in that long sprints and go against some of those other women in that 4 and that deuce.
Well, MJ enjoyed it. You may hear the party's already started here in the stadium. There was a big win that Cassandra Tate went through the first 300 meters. She must have only been about 4 or 5 meters behind her, but look where she finished in the end.
The women's 4x400 meters at the World Athletics Relays began with the excitement and intensity that this event consistently delivers. Known for its high stakes and unpredictability, this relay carried extra significance as only the top finishers would earn automatic qualification for the Paris Olympics. Every team on the track approached the race with the same critical goal: secure a spot among the leaders and keep their Olympic hopes alive. Representing a wide range of nations, the lineup included Canada, Switzerland, Italy, the Netherlands, India, Zambia, and Australia, each bringing a unique combination of strengths, strategies, and expectations. From the first moments on the track at Nassau's Thomas A. Robinson Stadium, the atmosphere was electric. The crowd's energy amplified the tension, making even the warm-up routines feel charged with purpose. Once the starting gun fired, it was clear that every team was prepared to fight for positioning from the very first leg. Canada, entering the competition with one of the fastest cumulative times among all participants, immediately asserted their authority. Their opening runner executed a smooth yet aggressive lap, maintaining excellent placement while conserving energy for the crucial later stages of the race. Meanwhile, other teams reacted quickly to Canada's assertive pace. The Netherlands, traditionally a strong contender in the 4x400 meters, struggled to respond effectively in the opening leg. Their first runner appeared slightly unsettled, unable to match the consistency and speed of Canada's lead. Italy and Switzerland tried to stay close, but the early surge by Canada began to create noticeable gaps in the field. India, Zambia, and Australia each faced their own challenges, with varying levels of experience and team cohesion influencing their performance. As the second leg commenced, Canada's momentum only grew stronger. Their runner maintained a rhythm that was both powerful and controlled, keeping the team comfortably ahead. In contrast, the Netherlands began to show signs of strain, losing valuable seconds as they attempted to recover lost ground. The disparity between Canada and the rest of the field became increasingly apparent. Italy and Switzerland continued their steady pace but found it difficult to close the widening gap, while India, Zambia, and Australia fell further behind, highlighting the dominance of the top teams. By the time the third leg started, Canada had firmly established themselves as the team to beat. Their strategy of maintaining a strong yet sustainable pace paid off, leaving them in a commanding position. The Netherlands, despite having one of the fastest overall squads on paper, could not regain the lead and appeared visibly impacted by the pressure. Italy and Switzerland remained in the chase, but their efforts were insufficient to challenge Canada's clear advantage. The other teams continued to battle for midfield positions, each trying to maximize performance under the immense pressure of Olympic qualification. In the final leg, Canada's anchor runner sealed the victory with an impressive display of speed and composure, crossing the finish line well ahead of the competition. The Netherlands, unable to recover from the early deficit, finished significantly behind, their hopes of top placement thwarted. Italy and Switzerland completed the podium positions behind Canada, while India, Zambia, and Australia finished further back, each demonstrating resilience but unable to match the dominance of the leading teams. Overall, the race showcased the unpredictability and high stakes of the World Athletics relays. Canada's exceptional performance highlighted their depth, speed, and strategic execution, while the Netherlands' struggles emphasized the challenges of maintaining composure under pressure. For the athletes, coaches, and fans, the event was a vivid reminder that in relays, every split second matters, and only teams that can combine speed, strategy, and mental toughness can secure victory and preserve their Olympic ambitions.